Hey guys, this is video number 3 in which I'll be talking about how to prepare your instrument before it's time to practice. So the first thing you have to do is you have to untie, if you have it, untie the string that keeps your instrument safe in the case. So again, just pull it lightly, just like tying a shoe. So no big deal. Oh, well, hopefully not. Okay, come on. Okay, so then step number 2 is you got to pick your instrument up, and you want to pick it up by the neck, but pick it up lightly. Treat it like you're picking up a baby. You don't want to snatch it up because you could break it, and you don't want to break a baby because that's bad. Just like you don't want to break your viola or violin, depending on what instrument you play. Sorry, cellos and basses, can't relate. But you pick it up lightly at the neck, and then you set it down or wherever you're gonna put it. And here you go. Here's my viola, which is cleaned off. Thank you. Make sure you clean your instrument because it looks bad. And it's not good for your instrument. And you want to treat your instrument like you treat a baby. And babies are innocent, just like your instrument. So treat it right. Okay, so I'm just going to set the instrument down very lightly on my bed. Sorry, I know my room's a mess, but it's coronavirus season, so kind of can't shoot this anywhere else because I'm not at school yet, but hopefully I'll be there soon. Okay, so now let's go to the bow part. So this is my bow, well, Miss Pape's bow. Kindly lent it to me, thank you, because my other bow was not fitting my instrument very well. So, we're back. So, most of these cases usually have a latch to it, so just turn it lightly to the right. Oh, before you turn it, make sure that however your bow is, that the bow hair is not touching that latch, because you don't want to get it caught on the latch, because if you do, all the bow hair is going to rip off, and you don't want that. So, be careful. Okay? So I'm just going to turn it to the right, and then lightly pull it out, and I'm going to pull it out at the frog, so this thing at the back. You do not want to touch the bow hair. If you touch the bow hair, it causes the bow hair to decay, and it turns it into a really icky color, and nobody wants to see that. So, don't do it, please. And thank you. Okay, moving on. So you pull the bow out very lightly, and here we go, voila. Next thing we have to do is we have to tighten our bow. And for that, I'm gonna move over here. Sorry, it's one take, so, because I'm not very good with video graphics, but I wanted to make sure I'd be able to teach you guys how to prepare your instrument. So, just like with the music stand, you turn it to the right, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Or if you're thinking about it like a clock, you turn it counterclockwise, so the opposite way the clock turns. Probably should have said that in the earlier video, but I think you get the point. So you turn it until it's at a good spot with the wood part of the bow, and I would say that right now it's pretty good. If you can fit your pinky in without really touching the bow hair, if the pinky just barely kind of fits itself in like it's doing now, then it's probably at a good point. Yep. You don't want it too loose because it's not going to, the bow hair, excuse me, it's not going to make a nice sounding quality with the string, but you don't want it too tight because if it's too tight, then the bow hair will pop under the tension. So you want to have a bow so you can practice your viola or violin or cello or bass, but again, cellos and basses, they do their own thing. I don't understand it very well. It's hard enough to understand the viola. Nobody likes the viola. But that's enough for now. Okay, so next thing I'm going to teach you how to do the rosin. So let me go grab that real quick. I'm right here. Yes, I'm still in camera view. And I'm back. I grab my rosin. I'm going to set my bow lightly on the table. So you pull it out. And rosin's just kind of like this hardened, sappy substance. So mine looks like this. And you don't need that much because you should put it on every time you practice, so that way your bow makes a nice sounding quality with the string. So I place it here at the frog, and I just go down. Oh, sorry, you can't really see. And up. Maybe do it 2 or 3 or 4, maybe 5 times. Nothing more, though, because it's wasteful. And you don't want to buy rosin. And there's probably other reasons too, that if you ask Miss Pape, who's my orchestra teacher, or anybody else, can probably tell you why, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. So that's where we're at. Okay, so next, I do not have a sponge, but if you have a sponge, that can go on your instrument, and I know that a teacher, once they put it on, it usually stays on. You don't have to take it off. So I can't really teach you that part because the teacher will probably just do it for you. But if you ever get a shoulder rest, which is what you'll get if you go into middle school and continue to play in middle school, which you should, you grab the shoulder rest and you attach it, the part that sits higher up. It's kind of hard to visualize, but the part that sits higher up, so this part, and the part that has the divot closer, um, closer to the end, you place on the right side of the instrument, and then you place the other side on the left side. See, and it fits nicely. When you pick your instrument up, this divot here should rest nicely on your left shoulder, and I'll teach you playing position in 2 videos, but it should sit on your instrument and you should sit comfortably. So I don't even have my hand right now on the neck of my instrument because the shoulder rest allows me to support my viola without losing control. And that's what's nice about having a shoulder rest. And make sure you get one because it will be impossible to shift, use vibrato, which vibrato that's later on. But it'll be impossible to perform any advanced techniques on the viola or on any instrument, particularly violin as well, if you don't have a shoulder rest. So make sure you get one, at least when you get into middle school. And for that, I think that's everything with preparing the instrument. Next, I'm going to show you guys how to tune. It won't be as long as this video was, but I'll make sure to go do that. Until then, keep practicing.